Charles Bearden. Now, if he was here, he would be shaking his head, probably telling me to keep it short and make him laugh. Well, I can't promise, Charles, that it's going to be short, but I'm going to give my best shot at making you laugh. You guys, he gave me a lot of good material. And how fitting that we're here today in the Tree of Life Park. I mean, come on. If there's ever been a man more rooted in life and dedicating to giving it, it was Charles. I think he'd be grinning from ear to ear just knowing that we're celebrating him in a place that symbolizes growth, rebirth, and legacy. I first met Charles the way most people meet someone who end up changing their lives, with a phone call. I didn't expect it to mean so much. I had lost a student. The year was 1997, and I had lost this student, Chuck Foster, who died tragically, but became something extraordinary, an organ donor. We called him Freebird. I'm Joy McCaleb Poteet, and I was his teacher at Upperman High School in Baxter, Tennessee. When I called the Tennessee Donor Services, I thought I'd get information, maybe some brochures, answers for the floods of questions my students were asking. But what I got instead was Charles Bearden. And my life and the lives of 87 rowdy, curious, brilliant 8th graders were never quite the same. Charles, Deirdre, and the entire Donor Services team didn't just answer questions. They stepped into our world heart first. Together, we created Our Hero Freebird, an organ donor story, a book written by my students to tell the story of our friend and his organ recipients, and to tell the world so that they could understand the beauty and power of organ donation. And let me tell you, Charles was so brave. I mean, he willingly came to our small rural school and worked with nearly 90 8th graders voluntarily. I mean, if you've ever spent 5 minutes in a room with a 13-year-old, you know that's going to deserve some kind of medal. Well, Charles didn't just help us write a book. He gave us purpose. He gave our grief a direction. He helped our students understand that even in loss, there can still be light. He made me understand that too. These weren't just organs, and certainly not ordinary people. They were connections, and Charles made that connection possible. We included letters from the organ recipients in the books, real, heartfelt words from people whose lives had been forever changed by Chuck's gift. We spent weeks assembling those books. Parents, teachers, volunteers, envelopes flying, tape rolls spinning. The final product was a book telling Chuck's story along with those recipients' letters in envelopes, taped in with the strongest, most skin-ripping, double-edged, double-sided tape known to man. And Charles, bless him, sometimes he was in charge of the station where the taping of the envelopes to the book took place. And after the 3rd or 4th round of envelope sticking, he'd laugh and say, "Well, I just added some DNA to that edition." I'm pretty sure those books are still holding those envelopes strong, thanks to Charles' literal blood, sweat, and skin. He showed us that grief could be transformed into something powerful. More than anything, Charles believed in the sacred space between donor families and their recipients, people who might never meet but whose lives were forever entwined. Charles saw the importance of answering questions and the telling of one's story, and in 1996, that wasn't commonplace in the organ donation world. He was pushing the boundaries with kindness, empathy, and persistence, advocating for recipients to know something special about their organ donor, because there were 87 middle school students holding their breath, just waiting to hear from the people who were alive because of our friend. They were anonymous, but we didn't care. We just wanted to know about who they were and to tell them about Chuck. Our recipients wrote back to the students, one in particular, and said she'd named her new kidney Chuck. Can you imagine? A curly-haired country boy's kidney getting a name and a second life. I mean, it was beautiful. It was kind of weird, but it was really healing. And that's the kind of magic that Charles made happen. He built bridges where there was only silence, and he believed stories could save lives, and I believe he was right. Over the years, Charles became more than a professional connection. He became a friend, a teacher, a fellow traveler. His passion for organ donation wasn't just his career, it was his mission, his life's work, and what a life it was. To Dana, I just want to say he loved you so much. I've never seen him happier than when he found you. Every photo, every message, every post, it radiated joy. And if Charles gave the gift of life to so many strangers, I think he gave the gift of love to you. Fully, completely, forever. So today, as we celebrate this remarkable man, I have one small request. One that if Charles were here, he would insist on me doing. Check your license. Sign up to be a donor. Tell someone your wishes. Even if your answer is no, Charles would say, that's okay. Just talk about it. Start the conversation. Because you never know whose life you might change or save. Charles Bearden didn't just talk about the gift of life, he lived it. He was it. And now we carry his legacy in every conversation, every story, and every single act of kindness that we choose to pass forward. May Charles get 1,000,000 hallelujahs and a hero's welcome and a front row seat to every miracle that he set in motion here on earth. May we all keep telling his story and Freebird's story, because the world still needs to hear it. Remember, Charles Bearden believed some stories could save lives. And I thank you for that, Charles, for everything. And now I would like to invite Dana Eichler.